Togetherness is a magic without words. Togetherness is our magic without words. Blessings, blessings, blessings be. And in order to advance, to encompass the light of pure sentiment, we need to polish the window, the lens of the you that was you before anyone got involved. You'll notice that when you hold a young baby, it's got that young baby smell and it absorbs all stress like a sponge and it doesn't get tired. There's a special light that emanates from little children.
Where's your nose? Where's your eyes? Where's your head? Where's your ear? Where's your teeth? Where's your cheek? Where's your arm? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We all have that light as a birthright.
I love kids. I love hanging with kids because I feel like they're teaching me, man. I want to know what they got to bring to the world because they are geniuses, like you said. Let me learn from source, from that.
You're not learning from them, you're experiencing their innocence, and it's reminding you not to lose your innocence as an adult. Let you remain in your innocence and your purity and integrity, and you keep playing as an adult, that child will always remember the adult that remains in its innocence, and it will get out of its head and not be so serious and judgmental. Does that make sense? The gesture is always the gesture. It always makes the room laugh because it's light-hearted. It's the fool in the tarot, and it doesn't plan its next step. It just dances and the wind will catch its step.
Oh, get out of my head.
We have no idea of what they can bring to this reality, so long as we're constantly teaching them, as opposed to learning from them. And as Camilla beautifully said, they also are there to remind us of the inner child inside each and every one of us, you see. Living in flow, basically.
Around me, and it just naturally happens. Like I'm this.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. It's like I'm this like giant rosebud that's like opening up, and as I do that, it's like the other rosebuds around me, and we're all rosebuds, are like, oh, hey, oh, we can do that? Oh, I didn't know that we could do that. And it's not that they didn't know, it's just sort of like they start opening the way that I have opened. And then when I come into spaces like... Love you.
Hi.
And my rainbow friend. Here's my rainbow friend. You enjoying the fruit? Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, yum, yum, yum. Finally, I know. Enjoy. Enjoy. Hi. Oh, how beautiful is this? Oh, yeah. And the apples as well. Enjoy.
When I come into spaces such as this, Rainbow, how you have opened and gotten into your flow state, it actually, without even, it's like through osmosis, just by being here, helps all of us open and get into that flow state without having the language of it. It's just this knowing and this feeling. And so I just really appreciate
Love from me. And see that wee lassie that keeps telling you she loves you? She's the apple and you're the tree. And the magic you can see in her is already inside you, you see, otherwise you couldn't have given it to her in the first place. And she glows like a rainbow. Purity of frequency.
she definitely does.
It's in us. It never left. It's there. I call it the little dot of pure karma. What people get involved and they leave a fingerprint on that lens, that light. Or they leave their impression, their color. And they obstruct that light. Sometimes people are very sensitive. They feel too much and they cannot cope with the amount of violence and friction in the world, or the amount of violence and friction inside themselves that they're repressing. So they push down that extraordinary window, that extraordinary light. But it is within everyone. That light, that little dot. The understanding at a mystical standpoint is that primordial man and woman were originally energetic beings of light. And in spirituality, when we say there's a being of light, light is a word for intelligence, awareness, transcendence, enlightenment. And there were beings of enlightenment that were not finite. They were circulating infinitely, eternally. And what was formidable and extraordinary is that in tradition, they were circulating back to back, like DNA swirls around. This is a fascinating tradition to focus on, because the way they normally teach in Judeo-Christian tradition, primordial man, primordial woman, is that the woman was taken from the side or the rib of the man. And, it's not the mystical tradition at all. The mystical tradition is that man and woman were one. They were circulating with each other back to back. And then they were extracted as separate. From the side. So the back was made separate, and the consequence of that is profound, because there is no hierarchy when you understand it that way. And on a spiritual level, in the mystical sense, the masculine energy, it denotes what is realized, what has come into realization, what you've come to make your own, to encompass. And the feminine energy, it denotes what remains beautifully absorbed, but still hidden. Still somehow you don't encompass it yet. So when it's spiritually, it's like a fire that is semi-mystical. It is beyond you. A good example of feminine energy is if you go to the East, they'll talk a great deal about the great nothingness. It's the mother, the womb, from where all divinity comes from. It can't be understood